Hello and welcome to Anxious at Bedtime. I'm one of your hosts, Cash,
And I'm Monica.
and together we are anxious at bedtime.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. I have nothing, absolutely fucking nothing new from the last time. I had a good dinner.
Yeah, we had a good dinner. We're batch recording right now, so it's been like an hour since our last episode. Not much has happened.
I made a fabulous dinner in that time.
A fabulous dinner.
So, a lot has happened. Don't lie to the people.
And we played with GhostTube for a minute, and it asked, "Where am I?" But
And
that's
I
all
got
we got.
screamed at, so.
Yeah, don't play with it in the house.
So, on this episode, we're going to delve into the world of something.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Ah.
This is our special St. Patrick's Day episode. I forgot to turn off my phone. Hold on, I'm getting notifications.
Lord, it's the day of the Irish.
It sure is.
Yeah, that's all I got. I don't have much to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not actually leaning into the St. Patrick's Day of it all.
Oh, are we talking about the leprechauns that come with it?
We are talking about the leprechauns.
I knew it.
You did.
We had to talk about some kind of lore with it.
Of course.
And St. Patrick's Day is synonymous with the leprechauns.
It is.
Or is it the leprechauns are synonymous with St. Patrick's Day?
Chicken or the egg?
Definitely St. Patrick's Day.
So, what comes to mind when you think of leprechauns?
Oh, movies, cereal.
Perfect. So you've heard of them.
Oh, I have, yeah. I'm a modern man. Short red hair, green suits, pots of gold, and angry. They eat people.
They don't.
Oh, we're watching different films.
Some of them might eat people, but...
I don't think mine did in the film yet either.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. But the common depiction of leprechauns today is not actually what they always used to be.
No?
No. They started out very different.
I believe it. Most lore does.
Yeah.
You ever seen bananas?
What?
They started out way different than they are now.
It's not lore.
Yeah, but I mean...
I feel like Sasquatch has always been pretty much the same.
Is that all you had?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you said all lore changes over time. I don't think Sasquatch has.
Well, we don't know.
But
all right, that was a good argument, and I won. Easy.
The word leprechaun translates to small body.
From what language?
I didn't write it down.
Is it from Gaelic?
I feel like I would have remembered if it was, but maybe. Are you looking it up?
Irish Gaelic word leprechaun. Or, I can't fucking pronounce that.
Yeah.
Meaning small body.
There's a lot of hard words. But there you go. Leprechauns first made an appearance in Ireland in the 8th century in a story called The Saga of Fergus Mac Leaty. So before we jump all the way in, I do want to say I'm positive I'm going to mispronounce a ton of words. I did look everything up. Most things did not have a way to pronounce it.
Phonetic.
Yeah. I need the
most
phonetic.
things didn't have a phonetic enunciation.
Yeah, you'd think there would
or
be
phonetic spelling.
You'd think there would be today.
Yeah, you figure there would be.
But I couldn't find anything for most of these words, so bear with me, and I'm sorry. But that story follows Fergus, the King of Ulster, and Ulster is a historic province in Ireland. But it follows Fergus and his adventures. Basically, in the story, Fergus did a whole bunch of traveling, and he found himself on a beach one day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
He realized that the excitement of all of his traveling had him feeling fatigued.
Oh, I'd be tired too.
Yeah. So he took a look around, and he was all alone. There wasn't anybody to his left. There wasn't anybody to his right. It was empty and calm and quiet. A light breeze, the sound of the ocean.
Where are you going with this?
So, what better thing to do than lie down and take a nap on the soft sand?
That's what I would have done too, but you're making me real nervous.
What?
Something happened to this lad.
Something did. Unfortunately, Fergus did not get much of a nap because shortly after he fell asleep, water sprites called pains,
I don't know.
Luchorpines, which is today referred to as leprechauns, crawled out of the ocean.
See, I knew I wasn't tripping when I tried to read that just a minute ago.
Oh, was that the word you saw?
Yeah, I was like, there ain't no way.
No, it's not an easy one at all. But these leprechauns crawled out of the ocean and started to drag his body under the water mid-nap. When he realized what was happening, he fought off the leprechauns, and he did make it back to shore.
See, when I told the story when something like that happened to me, everyone said I was drunk.
When did it happen to you?
I was drunk.
Somehow Fergus was able to capture the leprechauns in the process of getting out of the water, and they granted him 3 wishes for their freedom.
Ah, that ties in with that fucking movie.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So there's a very famous Irish movie about leprechauns that we did watch before we did this episode. It's called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
It's very interesting. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty decent.
Yeah. But I kept seeing articles saying that this movie tied into this story. And the entire movie, Cash has no idea what was going on. He doesn't know anything about this episode. But the entire movie, I was so frustrated.
I never do.
Because I was like, how does this tie into the story? I don't understand. But I think it is the 3 wishes. In the movie, Darby O'Gill gets granted 3 wishes, kind of.
Twice.
Just watch it.
Oh. Yeah, you gotta watch it. Don't
Yeah.
try to get me to spoil it. Fucking cheater.
But back to the story. Fergus never wanted to experience a near drowning again, understandably.
Yeah, I want to experience it once.
Yeah, so one of his wishes was for...
Gills.
Kind of, yeah. The ability to breathe under the water like the sprites had. They granted it, but they warned him the magic would not work in Loch Redraig. Fergus didn't trust the leprechauns, probably because they just tried to kill him, you know?
That's fair.
And he had to test the magic for himself. So he went to the lake, and for a brief second, he felt like he outsmarted the leprechauns because he could indeed still breathe in the water there.
Like 3 breaths, and then I was like, nah.
No, but he very shortly found out that the reason that they lied to him wasn't trying, like they weren't trying to trick him, they were trying to protect him.
Oh.
Because in that lake lived a giant sea monster.
Oh, so you breathed it in?
He breathed in the sea monster?
Yep.
No.
Crazy. Oh, okay.
As Fergus was swimming through the lake, he was attacked by a monster named Murderous. This was a giant sea monster, like I said, that's often depicted as looking like a dragon.
Ooh, Loch Ness Monster.
Kinda, yeah. This monster scared Fergus so bad that his face got permanently frozen in fear.
Isn't that like an old wives' tale?
Yeah, stop making that face.
Yeah, stop making that face, it'll get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, ah,
And it did.
shit.
That's probably where it started.
Oh.
Yeah. Fergus was able to escape the monster, and he made it home, but he had no idea about his face. Apparently, a disfigurement like that back then could disqualify him from ever being able to become the High King. But the people of Ulster loved Fergus, and they didn't want that to happen, so they covered all of the mirrors in the kingdom. And nobody, like they all had a pact, nobody tells Fergus about his ugly face.
Well, is that what's happening to me?
No.
Okay.
Moving on. The legend goes that as Fergus got older, he got a lot meaner.
Well, yeah, he thought he was hella pretty.
He took a lot of anger out on his servants, and one day he whipped a servant so severely.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't like where that started nor where it's going.
Yeah. She got angry at him and told him about his ugly face.
Oof.
Yeah. She was like, "You're gonna hit me? Look at your ugly ass." I don't know. That's how it went in my head.
Yeah.
The news of his ugliness and, of course, his disqualification destroyed him. But it also sent him further into a blind rage.
He just started beating the shit out of everybody.
No, luckily. He decided he needed revenge.
Ooh, he's gonna make everybody else ugly.
No!
Oh.
He set out to kill the monster that ruined his life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not as exciting, but go on.
The battle between the two, the monster and Fergus, was apparently one to go down in history books. It was rough,
It didn't, though.
brutal, and it happened over the course of 2 full days.
It's like Peter Griffin and the chicken.
Yeah, that's exactly what I pictured. He did succeed in his plan, and he killed the monster, but...
It didn't change shit for him, did it?
Well...
They're like, you're so ugly, bitch. The fuck?
We don't...
With an ugly dead monster.
We didn't get the chance to know, because he killed the monster. There was so much destruction and blood and stuff from that it turned the lake red. And then, out of exhaustion, Fergus died.
Yeah, he passed out in the water again.
Yeah, right there. He didn't get out of the water, and he just died.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking fighting something for 2 days straight.
Yeah. That's the story of where we see leprechauns for the first time.
And they're not even the ones that fucked this guy up.
They're not.
They were like, dude, stay out of the ocean.
Yeah, they tried to help.
Dude, stay out of this lake. And he was like, no. I gotta figure it out, liars.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought it was really interesting that their first story was them living in the water.
Just like the aliens and dolphins.
In 1831, Samuel Lover, who, by the way...
Who?
Samuel Lover.
Oh.
Yeah, beautiful name. But I've never heard of him before. He's the definition of an artist. He writes songs. He's a composer. He's a painter.
Oh, he's a poser.
And composer. And he's a writer. Like, he's like, if there's anything artistic out there, I got it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and he's like, went down in history for being good at all those things. So it wasn't just like side hobbies that he kind of sucked at, you know? He was good at all of it.
Well, I've never heard of him. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's crazy that we've never heard of him.
Yeah, it's true. But he wrote about leprechauns and said, "Quite a beau in his dress, notwithstanding, for he wears a red square-cut coat, richly laced with gold, and inexpressible of the same, cocked hat, shoes, and buckles."
You said red?
Exactly. Yeah. So leprechauns first started out being associated with the
They
color
were bloods.
red. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
That is.
But that was the first time that we saw a closer description to leprechauns that we know today, except, of course, the color red instead of green. But we got the coat, gold detailing, hat, shoes with buckles, all of that. And for quite a while, that was like the description, was them in red. It's believed that leprechauns started being associated with green once green became the traditional color for Ireland.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Over time, leprechauns became known as short men, roughly 2 to 3 feet tall. They are quick-witted tricksters that hate being captured and don't seem to like humans.
Who doesn't hate being captured?
Yeah, thank you.
Let's be real.
Like, okay.
Not a single one of us. We played, almost every single fucking person played a kid's game, like hide and go seek.
Yeah.
And when you got found, you're like, nope, I wasn't even playing. Like, you hated being captured so much, you acted like you didn't even... You were playing for the last 6 hours. What are you talking about? All of a sudden, you... Nope, I wasn't even playing. I was just in the dryer. Like, no, the fuck you weren't. Nobody likes being captured.
Exactly.
Look. This one time, I was at a concert, right? I'm not going to say what concert.
This is my favorite story
And
ever.
there was this big motherfucker that walked up behind me. The artist that was on stage started saying, jump, jump, jump. Apparently, I wasn't fucking doing a good job because this big motherfucker behind me lifted me. I am 6 foot tall. I am almost 200 pounds. This motherfucker picked me up off the ground like 2 foot. He
lifted him
captured
up.
me, and he just held me.
Every time I hear...
Not like, not in a like sensual, nice way either. He just had his hands under my armpits. I dangled in the air.
Every
in suspense.
Every time I hear this story, I picture that scene from Dirty Dancing where he like lifts her over his head.
I didn't see that movie, but I saw my life flash before my eyes. So no, I didn't like being captured either. I don't think they would. I support that.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say. Sorry.
You're good. It was a very good point. And probably partly due to that, leprechauns like to live in isolated places, usually in caves or trees, and they just keep to themselves. It sounds like they don't even really like being around other leprechauns. They're kind of just lone wolves.
Chaffiel.
Yeah, I think we'd be great friends with the leprechaun.
They wouldn't want to be friends. They like being alone.
But we'd be like, so do
We'd be
we.
great neighbors with
Yeah.
leprechauns, yeah.
Good neighbors. Leprechauns often have beards,
Ooh, I don't.
green coats today, shoes with buckles, and top hats to match. It is still believed that if you manage to catch a leprechaun, they will either grant you 3 wishes or a pot of gold, but more likely than not, they will trick you into releasing them, and you will get neither.
Can't be mad at them.
No.
Like, grr, they tricked me into not holding them captive.
Exactly. Especially.
And I didn't get anything out of it. You didn't get the ransom.
Yeah, and
you also
hold on.
didn't go to fucking jail.
There's one part that makes it even crazier that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, because you could kidnap any other fucking person or hold them and say, hey, give me your fucking pot of gold, 3 wishes or something, or I'm not letting you go. You go to prison.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it is believed that a lot of leprechaun traits come from Irish stereotypes, both bad and good.
Oh, like being left alone and all that shit and being magic and being able to make your dreams come true. What's up, girl?
My favorite ones are that they are seen as very hardworking, but also very joyful. Because they are celebratory all the time, leprechauns love music and dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They dance so much that they have to constantly repair their shoes, which means they learned how to be pretty respectable cobblers.
Oh, yeah.
They use that skill to become cobblers for other fae, which, by the way, leprechauns are considered a type of fae.
Yeah, fables?
No, like fairy.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
Yeah, but they are. But, so they're just these great businessmen that make bank off of their skills, and they store their wealth in pots or cauldrons. And so that's where we get the pots of gold. It's their hard-earned fucking money, and people capture these leprechauns and try to steal, like, their retirement fund.
Welcome to capitalism.
Oh. But I thought that was so crazy. I didn't know that leprechauns, like, had jobs. I mean, I've heard the, like, cobbler thing before, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together, I guess.
Yeah, and you gotta, like, let's be honest. What are these guys called?
Like, fae, cryptid, any of that?
What other cryptid has a fucking job?
Yeah, exactly.
Mothman just watches shit for fun. He's not getting paid. You don't talk about him collecting revenue.
Mm-mm. But exactly, especially since it's not like they're using their magic or anything. Like, this is hard-learned skill that they put to good use, and they're making money.
He's like, I just fucking fixed your shoe, dude.
Yeah.
And you're gonna rob me?
Exactly. For an example of a more negative stereotype, there's the belief that leprechauns love beer and alcohol so much that it can be used to trick them into being captured.
Well, I've always heard it was chocolate.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that. Yes, I have. On Wizards of Waverly Place, they use chocolate.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But it made him go crazy.
Disney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Leprechauns were even given a backstory. They are a magical race known as the Tuatha De Danann. I'm so sorry. Who went to Ireland in this huge fleet of 300 ships.
Oh, so like aliens.
Yeah. And they left this like magical land to go to Ireland. And when they got there, they burned all of their ships so that they couldn't leave Ireland or be kicked off Ireland. And it's said that the smoke from the ships like covered the sky in Ireland for 3 days and 3 nights.
All right. So they are aliens.
Yeah.
1, depictions of them show them coming from out of the water where they're
Oh.
saying aliens are from. Their ships were burned or they're underwater.
Huh.
Crazy because Ireland's like surrounded by water.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dude, that'd be wild.
A new to us alien race.
Cryptids are really just all aliens.
That would kind of be cool as shit.
They're all just different races of aliens. That's why, Sasquatches.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we always, have different names for them all throughout time.
We're going to have to do it. Just let ourselves tinfoil hat out on that sometime because, wow. But that is not for right now. There's a lot more that goes into that story, but there was a lot of words that I didn't know how to pronounce, and I don't want to put you through that.
Much appreciate, my guy.
Yeah, but just know if you're interested in that, you can definitely look into that more. But that's the gist. After they burned their ships, they spent some time battling for space in Ireland, and eventually they were banished underground into the underworld, where they withered away until they became leprechaun-sized.
So they weren't always that size.
Nope, apparently not. Of course, leprechauns are on the same scale as Bigfoot, mermaids, and werewolves. Most people don't believe that they're real, but could they be?
They could be.
There are 3 famous documented sightings.
What are those?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
The first was in 1908, so that's pretty recent.
Okay.
1908, in all of time, they first showed up in the 8th century. 1908 is recent as hell.
Yeah, but that's still like 120, almost 120 years ago.
Nah. And this was in North Westmeath, Ireland. The sighting was posted in the Irish Times newspaper, and I have the article. I will try to post it if I remember, but the article says, in North Westmeath, especially Delvin District, an odd story was told on Friday. It runs that a strange creature has been observed for some days in the district of Killaw, which is between Killican and Delvin. Several persons, mostly children from the school, are reported to have seen it, and they describe it as a little creature resembling a man of dwarfish proportions, clad in a red jacket. So again, there's the red, even in 1908, that's weird. And suiting the traditional description of a leprechaun. The most peculiar thing about the matter is that it is stated that as soon as one of the school children called the attention of a comrade to the creature, the informant ceased to see it, whilst the informed could clearly observe it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so basically, little John over here was like calling out to little Billy, being like, okay.
I don't think that's how it went.
No, because little John, I had to. But
okay.
yeah. But he called out and was like, Billy, like, look at the fucking leprechaun.
And Billy was like, what?
But Billy would look at the leprechaun, and little John would be like, where'd the leprechaun go? And Billy's like, you dum-dum, he's right there. And then little Billy would be like, hey, little Richard.
Oh. So they're all just musical artists.
That's the only name I could think of. And then Richard looks at the leprechaun, and Billy is like, where'd the leprechaun go? So that's weird, right? Because you'd think it'd be like the new person wasn't allowed to see it.
And then little Richard's like, dude, I can't fucking see this thing. You're making it up. And little John's like, yeah. Okay.
I have to find my spot in the news article again.
It's quite all right.
Okay. The reported appearance has caused much conjecture and not a little excitement in the district. Many are inclined to regard the creature as a monkey escaped from the care of some traveling organ grinder.
That's wild. And
if it is observed at close quarters, it may be proven to be such. Sorry, I'm so bad with like old-timey writing too. Holy cow. And it's like it's not clear. It's so blurry.
Oh, yeah.
But isn't that weird that they were like, no, it's not a leprechaun. It must be a monkey.
They must be dealing with the American government.
Yeah.
Or it really was a monkey.
But why would the kids think that it was a little man in a red coat? Well, I guess monkeys in circuses wear red coats. But a little man with a beard.
It's a monkey. Looks like a little man with a beard.
Okay, well.
Especially if they put it in a red suit.
If that one doesn't convince you, the next sighting was June 30th, 1964.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like June 30th, 2023.
No.
They got it on film.
In Kensington, Liverpool.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was believed, and still somewhat is today, that leprechauns only live in Ireland. It being in Liverpool is interesting.
It is.
But, just saying, if you want to put the tinfoil hat on, commercial flights were invented in 1914.
Mm.
So I'm just saying, commercial flights were invented. A few years later, leprechauns in the UK.
They just put themselves in the stowaway.
Yeah.
They weren't buying boarding passes.
No, they weren't.
They were like, we've been doing pretty good in Ireland until people started robbing us of our fucking gold.
Mm-hmm. Our hard-earned gold. Let's see where else we can go.
Let's see what's on the other side of the rainbow.
A bunch of children reported the sighting at the Jubilee Bowling Green. If you are an ignorant American like I am and have no idea what that means...
Hello.
A bowling green is a grassy area, sort of like a football field, but for the game of bowl. It's not bowling. It's sort of like croquet or bocce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a bunch of kids at the school next to the bowling green. And when they were at recess, they saw a group of little men playing around and throwing dirt clods at each other, just having a good time. Word spread, and the children came in swarms. Some wanted to catch a glimpse of the leprechaun, or leprechauns. Some wanted to actually catch the leprechauns. So you had kids out here with like little mason jars and stuff trying to...
Mason jars? How fucking small are these things? Earlier, not too long ago, you said a fucking foot to 2 foot.
Yeah, I don't know.
How big are these mason jars?
And the point is, they were making traps and doing weird stuff to try to catch them.
Yeah.
And things got so chaotic that police had to step in and investigate because there was just like hordes of these children around this bowling green. Like, it got crazy.
Cops couldn't get home. They were like, all right, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on? And they're like, well, there's a leprechaun. And they're like, well, if it's a fucking leprechaun, I'm getting my gold. You're not getting shit, Jimmy.
That might have been it. I don't know. But, of course, nothing was found. But to this day, the legend of the
Liverpool.
Thank you.
The legend of the Liverpool leprechaun.
Thank you.
Exists.
Yes, it lives on. That story was also published in a newspaper, but I could not find that newspaper anywhere. So maybe if you like go to Liverpool and check the archives or something, I don't know, but I couldn't get access to it. And finally, my favorite sighting, the
Oh, there's another one.
Yes, the third one. You might have heard of this one. It's the Creighton leprechaun. In 2006, in Mobile, Alabama, the neighborhood of Creighton was sent into a frenzy. Someone reported seeing a leprechaun in a tree, and a huge crowd of people started to gather. The local news station heard that there was this giant crowd of people, so they went there to interview people, and that interview went on to be one of YouTube's first viral videos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and it is a crazy video. If you've seen it, I'm sure you will remember it. It was so popular that people were putting quotes from the interview on t-shirts, and there was merch, and...
Oh, that's still nowadays.
Yeah.
With half the interviews.
But this was like when internet like that was first starting. Yeah.
Being a sensational meme.
Two of the most popular quotes from that interview were, "Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?" and "It could be a crackhead."
It could be a crackhead.
And that's what some people in the neighborhood believed. That it wasn't a leprechaun, it was just a neighbor. Of course, we never found out for sure. One person interviewed said that he had a special leprechaun flute that was passed down in his family for thousands of years, and he was going to use that to catch the leprechaun. People there said that the leprechaun could only be seen at night, but if you shined... Is it shined or shone?
Shine. I don't know.
If you put a light on him, he would disappear.
Isn't that what happened to those kids?
What kid?
One would see it, the other one wouldn't.
Kinda, yeah. Huh. But the best part is somebody made a witness sketch of what the leprechaun looked like.
Fuck yeah.
But it's just like a crude, cartoonish single line drawing. I love it so much. But as funny as the sketch is, the artist got the last laugh because it was sold on eBay for almost $1,000.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. And
that's how big time that meme was.
Yeah, it was huge. But part of why this thing, this specific sighting took off so much was it happened in March. It was March 14th. So the day this episode comes out.
Well, yeah, that makes sense and why it was so big.
Yeah, it was right before St. Patrick's Day. I think they might have really seen a leprechaun.
I'd tell people I did right before St. Patrick's Day or on St. Patrick's Day, too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make you watch it real fast.
Yeah, I think they had a leprechaun.
I think they did. It's definitely it feels very 2006.
It does. I forgot about that fucking video. I'm not gonna lie.
But it's fun. It's different. It's nice, lighthearted news. I feel like we don't get very much of that anymore. And those are the 3 documented sightings of leprechauns, or at least the 3 that I could find. If you know of any more, let us know.
Send it in.
Do it. Some fun ways to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year is to lean into the fun, mischievous side.
You say the mischievous side?
Yeah, mischievous.
Mischievous side? I like mischievous.
Okay. But follow the lead of leprechauns. Be silly little gooses and just...
Don't kidnap them.
Don't kidnap them. No. They're just fun little creatures.
If they want to share their gold, that's pretty dope, but don't rob them.
No. How would you like it if somebody was like, give me all your gold? Give me all your pots of gold.
If somebody was way bigger than you.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotcha. Now where's the gold? You just think you're getting fucking robbed too.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think like, that's what, I mean, yeah, you'd think, that's what I'm supposed to do. Always been taught, just give them the gold. Don't fight back. Yeah. Poor fucking...
Some fun examples for how you can do that is turn your toilet water green, serve green food, and most importantly, remember to wear green.
Oh, I thought they were red.
Or red, I guess. Yeah. Switch it up. Be the leprechaun that stands out.
Okay.
So that's a brief history on leprechauns and how they cemented themselves into folklore and social media history.
The leprechaun.
Yeah.
That and they make great cereal.
They do. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
If you see a leprechaun this year.
If you happen to see a leprechaun, take a video.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Take a sketch.
Don't take their gold.
Don't take their gold.
Unless they offer it to you.
What's that phrase? Take nothing but memories. Leave nothing but footprints.
Take nothing but memories. Leave nothing but silence.
Footprints.
Oh, silence.
If you or somebody you know has ever had a brush with the paranormal or leprechauns or anything of that thing.
If you've ever kidnapped a leprechaun, we still want to hear about it.
But you could email those stories to anxiousatbedtimepodcast@gmail.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, do whatever you can do wherever you listen. It helps us out so much. You can find us on social media. We have
TikTok, Instagram, and a new Facebook page. Don't forget us on Threads. And I think that's all.
Thank you so much for joining us.
The world can be a scary place with leprechauns or possibly monkeys in red suits. But y'all saw the leprechaun, yeah?
Yeah.
But we're probably fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Sleep tight.
What?